Welcome back, everyone, to Disco Elysium. You're here with Wayne Lefevre, otherwise known as DraxxKraven, when it's time to face the day. Seriously, it's a new day and there's a lot to do. Oh, hey, someone checking out the books. Hello, ma'am. Oh, good one?
Yes, hello?
Oh, who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working? Oh, well, have a good day.
This was a tremendously useful interlude.
Hey, man, you never know. So we've got a separation between Monday tasks and Tuesday tasks. So there's still a lot of things we gotta deal with. You know, badge, tattoos, gun, find booze and drink it. Oh. Hey, I didn't realize I could ask him about the pissing contest. Tell me about the case again. Now that we've inspected the scene, could you tell me more about the pissing contest? What's there to say? It's just stupidity. Well, what kind of stupidity? The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the industrial harbor, yours or mine, as it were. Somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality, so we've let the union make a mockery of law enforcement here, and now it's come to its natural conclusion. Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinez. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez, and who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off, but... He leans in. I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition. So you volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness, on the contrary. So you volunteered to spoil it? Yes, I'm an unrepentant spoil sport. The lieutenant appears pleased with this. I wonder what it said about me. Why they sent me on this mission. It's all part of the master plan, you see. I'm a highly experimental cop, but if I'm right, this is outre even by my standards. Really? I arrive at the scene 3 days early, drink myself to oblivion, fully re-immerse myself in this reality, and then work the case from an angle so crescent fresh it produces never-before-seen results, not only for criminology, but for the human mind. It can't be that. I am a notoriously difficult to work with wunderkind with extremely unorthodox methods. Of course not, I'm just a drunk. They sent a drunk. Are you sure? Who could say it's not true? If you really don't remember anything, how would you know? We should move on. Okay, enough of the competition. Let's talk about something else. Why did the 41st send me? Sylvie's suicide jokes. Ooh! Well, this is a white check. Okay, so I can try again. Still. Do I have any logic-minded clothes? I do. Right, I have a sober dress shirt that'll help my logical abilities. I don't think anything else will improve my logic, though. Wharp, wharp. Wait, if there's anything... Does the hat hurt logic? No, it hurts rhetoric. Okay. Still, I've tipped the odds in my favor as much as I can. Why did the 41st send me? Look at you, it's because you're a failure. They sent you to slight Precinct 57th. Wait, no, that can't be right. Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win. Kim, what if my precinct sent me because I'm a fuck-up? Like, as a joke. I've considered it. But it's not true, right? I don't think I can say one way or another. I do think it's somewhat unlikely, though. Why is that? I checked the records. The jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time, we can't decide who gets Martinez. I think, yes, both stations would prefer to win. So you are their finest. I am the finest of nothing. Do you really see me as a safe bet? Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet, but there's got to be something. So, no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise. Thanks, Kim. Let's go inside the bookstore. I know, finally. Finally into the bookstore. Also, I have way more money than I'm used to having. So I could buy some stuff, which is rare. Hello, ma'am.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
Oh my.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Excuse me? So you're the owner of the store?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice, high-pitched, sounds familiar. You've talked to her before. Oh, through the doorbell. The girl outside mentioned that the place is cursed. Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy, good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir. Your daughter's the one outside the store, right? Annette, yes. My daughter, I hope she wasn't slacking off again, with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl? Yeah. Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Yes. Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking to her? I'm not going to grade a human being. I don't do that. Come on now, it's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. 5. I felt some interest. I guess it's better than nothing. The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening. Depends. How much do you pay her? Good sir, what does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her, as a fund. She's securing her financial future out here. Oh, well, I guess I was mistaken. Indeed. Are we done with the jokes now? Yes, we've had quite enough fun here, right, Lieutenant? I mean, the way you're handling her strikes me as wrong. Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of you or anyone else's business. Denial is the way she copes with criticism. Thank you, Logic. Fine, we'll change the subject. What if I want to buy a book? Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy something? What type of books do you have? Got it. Fine, I'll check out the shelves myself. Criminy. There is one thing that we do need to see that'll be useful. There's a map! Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of the Insulinde, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez. Insulinde. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is Les Calous. You're here. Another far away in the southwest is Semines Islands, Ile de Fantôme. Lausanne, Laurentide, Fes-en-la-Mer, archipelagos, North Acre Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white, disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Calou in a bookstore. It's you. Radiating outwards, the suzerain of Revachol, with a radius of 80 kilometers, still the crown jewel of this Isola, would be barely visible. Can you see the cities on the islands? You can. On Calou, Revachol, a single black star on Ozone, Fond de l'Air and Vermandois on archipelagos, Croyant-Moraine, Villiers on Seminy, Oldevay, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history. Look at the edges. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Mundi in the north azimuth, Grad in the northeast azimuth, Samara in the east azimuth, Sayol in the west azimuth, Isolas they're called. Inland Empire, connections to the other worlds, words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. Got it. You have a little idea what they are. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I needed 17 in encyclopedia? Jesus. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you and very, very far away. Oh man, I even failed my conceptualization roll. I needed 17! Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and dust. Look at the map of Revachol. The north coast of the verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperant. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, the rolling hillsides, Les Jardins, Stella Maris, and the suburbs of St. Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Rivachol East. And west of the river, Couronne. It's somewhere to live, not bad. And then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Faubourg. It's almost as bad and much larger than Coal City. It's the worst. And Martinez? It's so small you can't even see it on the map. Oh no, wait, there it is. North of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the greater Rivachol industrial harbor. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore, or is it just you? No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have, but it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world, you're still alive. The map of Martinez. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing, a picture postcard with buildings on it. Drawn from an isometric perspective, a date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed, could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags is there. Can I buy these maps? I'm sorry, officer, the map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore, and besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though. They might not look it. The map of the Martinez is 90 cents, though. Why is the one of Martinez so cheap? That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was, nor came to be, from when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps. What happened to then? Oh, I could try to steal it. No, I'll just buy the map of Martinez. It's all good. I don't need to steal a map. Another boring book, just discarded here. What do we got here? Look through the shelf. Amidst the shelf of paranormal books, by Matthias W. Dundas, it's about wholeness, unity, and balance. The point of the book and many others on the shelf is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. How does that work? It serves platitudes while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything, though it is more important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. It's your own fault if you're ill. Got it? Does the book say anything else? The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from, how to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver, and there's even a chapter on the ancient Ceres tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. What books are these? Sir, please, no browsing on that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. Got it. I'm out. What do we got here? Shelf of biographies. Look through the display of books. Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particular odd title catches your eye. It reads High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irch and Elfie Delatraz by one Cecilia Averbrook. High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the first tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver Jacob Irch. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irch's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Next to that, Rivacholian radio personality Guillaume Beve stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days. I really must insist you buy one of the books. You're interrupted by the shopkeep. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long. Anything of note on this shelf? I would say The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to inocentric power. Great. I don't need to know anymore. I'll just grab that. Sweet. A quaint picture book brochure, very colorful. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. Shelf of crime novels. Dick Mullen over and over. Look through the display of books. Crime fiction is a disgrace, an asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes and the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. Furthermore, they have no idea how hard it is to simply remove a body from a tree. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardship of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of books found on the shelf? Sure thing. You see Dick Mullen on the Job, Get Me Mullen, The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen, Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard, The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen, A Killing is Declared, Dick Mullen and the Murder House, The Final Case of Dick Mullen, An Obvious Lie, Dick Mullen and the Clock Tower, The Ordeals of Dick Mullen, Dauntless Dick, Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre, The Murder of Dick Mullen. Dick Mullen dies? Oh no, it turns out he faked it to solve a case. Are there any more? Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The Morbid Tales of Dick Mullen, A Dark Tide Turns. Tragedy Calls for Dick Mullen. And of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen? Do I have anything that increases my reaction speed? I don't think so. I think my hat's my best chance. Oh, wait, I think... Nope. Those lower my savoir-faire. Is something lowering my... I feel like my reaction speed should be higher than 2. Oh, I'm getting a penalty from thoughts. That's weird. Oh, shit. Apricot chewing gum scented is giving me a penalty to my reaction speed. Still, I could afford to put a point in reaction speed. It's a 42% chance, so let's give her a shot. Ah, fucked it up. Sweet. I'll check that out later. What's over here? A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by the Warall-related merchandise. Look through the pile of Warall-related items. An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Wilkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Oral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books? Anything that really catches my eye? There's a box that says Oral 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements module, a Fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. The price is steep, but then it's a 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense. Nonsense for anemic bonoclards. What board games do you have here? Wonderful board games. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insolinde, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Yes, kids, friends, chicks, I have all those. Robiter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children. I don't think I have any kids. Friends are technically like family. Suzerainty. Well, I'll consider those later. There's a few more things to examine. The book collects the national recipes of Arda. They're all about lake trout. Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. Spooky. Look through the display of books. Rows and rows of Heimdaller men blur your vision. You make out some titles: Men from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders, Men from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall, and Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man. Good God, how many are there? Maybe 100? No, I'm not. Those snow crabs are worse than they sound. Is that all? Oh, Jesus Christ. Do I have anything that increases my pain threshold? Endurance. No, I don't think so. Does the Ledger of Failure and Hatred? No, it does not. Okay, well, I'll give it a shot. My pain threshold's pretty good. Hey! A twinge to the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching. Ow! Your hand reaches toward a book with a glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Heimdall in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. Between the throne and the Heimdaller man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman. Huh. Storekeep, this book is misogynistic. How can you peddle such filth? The entire series is also endearingly racist, if I may add. Oh, sirs, I know this really isn't representative of our values, but the store has to cater to its customers. Well, I'll buy The Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman. Presumably, it will come in handy. Presumably. I know, that's a pretty large fucking presumption. Or, maybe I spent 9 real on a worthless book. You never know.